Hello everyone, we hope you're all doing very well. We are working our way through one of our many lists of viewer requested questions, and today we've got this one from the Victor 30, 19 hours ago. Hi, can you review the new video of End Run? We assume that's the video name, and we've got a link here. Can you recreate these maneuvers spelled in DCS? So stand by as we go and check it out. We really need to work out what this end run is to put it all in context. Now, I haven't actually watched it yet, but we think this is just a short movie, i.e. literally a 6-minute movie. My assumption is that, remember, there was a Pakistani movie made, or a movie about the Pakistani Air Force called Sherdil, if you remember, last year, 2019. And I wonder if this is a response video, a small response video from the Indian side of things, kind of getting a bit of revenge, if you know what I mean. So this is about the 2019 Balakot airstrike. So let's go and have a look anyway. That was a Mirage nod. That's the Mirages. It's a fictional story of flood events. In no way are they... Oh, okay. So this is Indian warplanes are returning after conducting a preemptive strike on terrorist launch pads in Balakot. We've got to make our own video of that soon. So Indian jets... So sorry, I've got to stop because I need to learn something about the Balakot strike before we watch this, otherwise we're just going in blind. Balakot strike was conducted by India in the early morning hours of 26 February when the Indian warplanes crossed the de facto border into disputed region of Kashmir and dropped bombs in the vicinity of the town of Balakot in that place there, province in Pakistan. Pakistan's military, the first to announce the airstrike in the morning of 26 February, described the Indian planes as dropping their payload in an uninhabited wooded hilltop area near Balakot. India confirming the airstrike later the same day characterised it to be a preemptive strike directed against terrorists' training camp and caused the deaths of a large number of terrorists. The following day, 27th, in a tit-for-tat airstrike, Pakistan retaliated, causing an Indian warplane to be shot down and its pilot to be taken prisoner by the Pakistani military before returned on the 1st of March. Analysis of the open source satellite imagery and cancelled digital forensic labs has concluded that India did not hit any targets of significance on the Jabba hilltop site in the vicinity of Balakot. 10th of April 2019, some international journalists who were taken to the Jabba hilltop in tightly controlled trip arranged by Pakistani government found the largest buildings on the site to show no evidence of damage to recent rebuilding. The airstrikes were the first time since India-Pakistan War of 1971 that warplanes of either country basically attacked each other. Interesting. I mean, there's lots more to go, but I just wanted to get a rough idea of what was going on there. Off we go again. There's the mountain that's on fire. It appears air-to-ground, Hollywoodized air-to-ground guide bombs.
Good fiber, guys.
So that was just showing the attack, and it's done. Now they're on the way back. Stop SMS page and attack radar page. Okay, so before we go any further, we need to have a look at what type of aircraft. We believe that these are Mirage 2000Hs, which is like a step from Mirage 2000C, which they did have, up to Mirage 2000-5, which is going to be the kind of new generation Mirage. Okay, so that's what they are now. As in fact, let's just keep going. But this is a theoretical SMS page. We'll see if it's realistic in a bit. What we've got here is a Mica IR, a Mica IR here. So 2 IR Micas, 3 Mica NGs, going to be radar guided. We've got a fuel tank there. We've got a Lightning G4 and deploy failure, clamp malfunction. We've got an air-to-ground glide bomb or a weapon of some kind that is malfunctioned and hasn't dropped. Okay, stuck on my right wing. Attack radar looks just like it does in the Mirage 2000, in fact identical to the Mirage 2000 as far as I can see. You see it's a non-B-scope type. It's the... I can't remember what the non-B type is called. D-scope or something.
Stuck on my right wing.
Notes that they are a very odd formation here. They are almost fingertip close with their burners on, and which is, you know, I've never seen before, and as far as I'm aware, no Air Force does, but I don't really know. It just seems a very weird thing to do.
Yeah, I see it. You need to be very careful while maneuvering.
Copy.
So that bomb can, and we've got a shot of the dash there now. So let me grab a document. What we've got here is a document from Indra. So this is about the Mirage 2000Hs 2015. It started off as Mirage 2000Cs. And you can see there, you'll all recognise if you know the Mirage 3000C, that's what they've got there. And this is all talking about upgrading in the next 3 years, so up to 2008, to this, the glass cockpit version of the H model that's going to work its way towards the 2000-5 model for the Mirage. And you can see it pretty much replicates what we've got down here. Bearing in mind, this is just a painting. This isn't a real picture. You've got tri-MFDs here. We've got a display there. I don't know what that is. I'd make a guess that's going to be our T-pod display or similar. That shows an ADI there. I don't know what it shows there. It's turned off at the moment. It might be an RWR. I'm not sure. There's our autopilot switches. You see it's a little bit different. It's extended out here for countermeasures and stuff and whatever. But essentially, that is all good. Pretty much golden. So we're happy with that. And that's all really up-to-date stuff as well. You know, we're talking in the last couple of years this stuff's done. So it's good to see films getting stuff right after, you know, Independence Day and stuff like that. Let's continue.
Control. Status on F-16s.
F-16 अभी भी तुम्हारे पीछे हैं.
Okay, so F-16s, which are going to be Pakistani, are in pursuit on your 6, 102 kilometers, so 70 miles.
Your 6, 102.
That explains why they've got their burners on, because they're running like hell. Why they haven't dropped their drop tanks? I would have thought they'd drop their drop tanks, but again, maybe that's not their MO.
Kilometers. Flying at Mach 2.
Okay, the F-16s are apparently flying at Mach 2. Now, to get airborne on a scramble and get up to Mach 2 would take a long time. More importantly, the F-16s, there are no F-16s, certainly that we're aware of, that can actually reach Mach 2 with ordnance on. So if there are F-16s flying at Mach 2, they would have guns only, or some kind of invisible weapon that doesn't have any drag. So that's a problem there, but I guess they're trying to sex it up a bit to make them seem more dangerous. The reality is F-16s just couldn't catch Mirages up. They are a little bit faster, but, you know, not at 70 miles. They simply couldn't do it.
Position now.
Copy that. हम almost उनकी firing range में हैं.
Guys,
Almost in firing range of what? I thought they were on their 6. It said the F-16s were on their 6. We're almost in their firing range. Sorry, I misheard that. Well, he just said that they're... Well, that's a problem there, because he just said that they're 70 miles away, and I can tell you now, they don't have a firing range of more than about 6 miles. Remember, this is a fast, cold chase, so the hostile is moving away from the aggressor, which means the missiles have almost no firing power, to be honest. So just a handful of miles, not 70 miles, it'd be more like 6 miles, depending on the Angels, and I can't see their Angels anywhere. Let's see. This is not showing our Angels. It's showing these guys are 110 kilometers away. I'm assuming that's what it means there. I don't know this radar well enough. Well, this is actually an SA. It's going to be an SA page. This isn't it, RC at 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Yeah.
But one way or another, what we're saying is there's no way these guys could hit the Mirages. They're 10 times further away than they would have to be.
guys, 5 minutes to cross LOC. They can fire anytime.
So 5 minutes till we cross the
Anyone got a log
LOC.
signal?
Negative.
So the 16s haven't logged these guys.
F-16 बहुत देर बची हुई. वो south की तरफ मुड़ गए हैं. Vector is 180
Okay, they've turned
and
away.
120 kilometers.
They are heading south.
Sorry to be a geek, but just going back there, you saw that number above them. That must be their heading. That must be their bearing, because it was 110 and it changed to 185, which is of course south. So that means they were all heading east. They were all heading east before this at 110. That is an LY-80 system from, I don't know, let's go and find out who owns the LY-80. Research, please, guys.
Medium-range surface-to-air defense missile system from China.
Yeah, but who, if it's from China, who's going to own it? It's going to be Pakistan, right?
Yes,
Yep.
Pakistan.
Because of the cooperation. So this is going to shoot the Mirages. Oh, his eyes got big.
हम सैम्स की किल रेंज में हैं. F-16 जैसे उनके रेंज से बाहर निकलेंगे, they'll launch missiles from the ground.
Launch site की location?
Negative. अभी तक कुछ नहीं है.
So
F-16 को सैम्स की लोकेशन बताओ. So if they've turned back, then we are already in the kill range.
the F-16s have turned back so they don't get killed by accident.
Missile launch site estimated between 350 to 60.
How do they know where this is? It's not on their SA page. How do they know where it is?
You're right. Gibraltar, mark
I
it
don't
to
think they do.
180.
Sorry, gotta be nerdy. So they're saying that they're inside the range of this SAM site, which is clearly silent because it's not emitting. Yet, how do they know it? It's not on their SA page. Do they know it geographically or something? It doesn't make any sense to me, but okay.
I guess you would assume that they would have those systems on their border, right? Pakistan, so
Yeah, maybe they just knew geographically, but like via a map or something. You know that maybe that's what's going on. It looks cool, but you'd never fly that close in formation that fast.
Updating new vectors. Keep heading 180 for 100 kilometers.
unless you're GR.
So they're going south now. They're going heading 180 now. So they're chasing after the F-16s now. I also think they're fairly low. Stop. Right. So there is an RWR right here. It's an ADI on that picture. It was actually an RWR in here. Is that believable? Yep. I'd say that's perfectly believable. Could easily. That is where the RWR is instant radar warning receiver is on the Mirage 2000C. Interestingly, never seen this model before. If it's even fictitious or real, I don't know. But it's interesting to look at.
Stability control.
The LY-80 has a ceiling of 20,000, so all they need to do is climb.
So it turns out it's actually a relatively low-range SAM if it's got a ceiling of 20,000 feet. And indeed,
20,000 meters, I'm sorry.
Oh no, so no, you can't go over it then.
So, yep, you can't.
Evade, guys! Break formation!
So they're broken. So it's the equivalent of a Buk. It's the equivalent of a Buk in power. I bet it even looks like a Buk. Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is the... stand by, I'll show in a minute. I remember reading about this missile. Okay, RWS. So what we've got now is an MWS, a missile warning system, that it's no longer looking at the radar signature from the missile per se, but it's now looking at actually detecting the heat plume of the missile, and it can tell you a vector to it, and even a kind of a rough range if it knows what missile type it is. So it's saying, look, he's off our starboard now, and it's a dome, so I can't remember what dome means now. I think it means new contact, I can't remember. He's got his NVGs on.
Anybody got a visual?
Is it realistic they'll be looking for it? Absolutely, especially, you know, that's one of the first things you do for a SAM is you check visually where it is. Gives you your best SA.
Deploying flares.
Flares, deploying flares apparently. Why are they deploying flares, RC? Is this IR guided?
No, it's radar guided.
Ooh, another. Right, so a bit of a fuck up there because they should be deploying chaff, not flares. Flares are for IR guided missiles, unless she said she's doing it for some other reason. Let's just go and check. No, she's definitely deploying flares. That's a bit embarrassing, but never mind. It looks good, if that helps. One thing you don't do in a missile launch is go up. If you go up, you die. A missile will always work better up than a plane.
Where is it?
Level 3, visual contact at 9. 10, distance of 30 kilometers.
I got a visual. Carrying out anti-SAM maneuver.
So it's a bloody...
20 seconds to back.
Level 3, back right, right.
Where is it?
Oh, look at the missiles go! So they went up and then they turned laterally. Is that realistic? I don't know this particular missile they're looking at, but modern missiles, that is normal to go up like that to get into the thin air, then turn laterally, and then still... would they still be on burn? Maybe? Let's get a look at that.
Missile system is the equivalent of a Buk.
Yeah, it's exactly what I said. It was going to be a Buk, and I've just stopped it. You'll see on the stream in a second. That there, we're looking at a Buk missile. So they've taken a Buk missile and they've changed the launcher system, possibly the avionics and whatnot. So what we've got, kinetically, we've got a Buk here, which is of course 60,000 foot missile. It's a pretty decent missile, but the interesting thing is we do know a fair amount about this missile. So let's see what it does. It's a big fun. This is the one. This is the missile that took down the MH30, was it? Over Ukraine. I think it was MH30. I may be wrong.
Oh, the airliner?
Yeah, so why is he going down? So this is a Mirage here, it's going down. This is a Buk missile, the new Buk, going towards him. Down is good. Down is exactly where you want to go. You don't want to be up. Because this missile is showing going in that direction there. It wouldn't do that. In real life, it has to give lead. It has to aim in front. MH17, I've just been correct. It has to aim in front of this guy. So this missile here, to hit this guy, has to actually aim down like that and give a massive amount of lead. And the reason is, this guy's going not that much faster than this missile here. Yes, this missile is faster, but once it's burnt his rocket's motor off, which it pretty much should have done now, they actually only burn for about 15 seconds or something, a Buk. And then this thing has to lead in front of it for an intercept. And the idea is if you go down fast enough, that means this here will literally aim at the ground. And once it's aiming at the ground, it pretty much realizes it doesn't want to hit a population and self-explodes. So let's see what happens. You see, it's not doing it. It's not giving lead like it should do. So that's an error. It's sort of giving lead now, look. So we're coming down here, and it's kind of aiming down. So it is now giving lead, actually.
10 seconds.
Annoyingly, it's still on burn. Its motor would have burnt out probably 30 seconds ago. They don't burn for very long, these solid rocket motors. Okay, it's finally off burn, but I'm certain it would have been off burn way before that. It's also got some weird... Well, actually, I've never seen the back, so I'm not going to comment.
This is it. Do it now. Pull up. Repeat. Pull up.
Deploying flares.
Deploying flares again. This is just getting annoying. Obviously, flares would have no effect on this missile. Missile's going to be coming down on top of him now. Oh, it's turned all Hollywood now. It's now chasing him down a canyon. Oh, I mean, the missile, you know, it's not very likely, is it? Well, no, in fact, I can tell you right now it's impossible. This missile does not have its own radar on board. The radar is actually over with the vehicles. I'm pretty sure. I don't actually know the system, but at least with the Buk, so it's probably going to be semi-active radar homing. Therefore, the radar vehicle needs to get line of sight of this Mirage, which it can't because there's frigging mountains in the way. So it's going all Hollywood on us. More flares, no use at all. Looks pretty though. Oh, it stopped. Okay, so it's kind of like I don't know what it was. It was cool. It was cool. Lots of inaccuracies, as we saw there. Apart from the inaccuracies, the interesting thing was there the ability to evade that missile, and we can go and test it in DCS now because we've got a missile system very similar, known as the SA-11 Buk launcher. In fact, it's pretty much the same. And so what we can go and do is get it to fire at us. It'll go up, then turn laterally towards us with still hopefully a bit of rocket motor burn. We'll go and go vertical downwards, and then we'll turn once we come to hit the ground. We'll turn out. As for will it actually work for dodging the missile? Yeah, that is what you do to dodge a missile. You get down. Ideally, you want to notch. That means not going towards the missile like I think he did, but notching left or notching right, because that will help you evade the hostile radar. Got a video on notching if you want to do that. Whereas I think he did a 180 degree roll and actually went towards the launcher, which is interesting. Unpause this. We'll go full throttle RC, stay at Angels 20, and only dodge the missile when we see it coming out. 3, 2, 1, go. RWR is silent. That's our RWR there. Where we are in relation to waypoint 1 RC. Okay, we've got nails. 12 o'clock. Snowdrift, that's SA-11 radar. Well, don't dodge until we get tally of the missile RC.
Be hard with these clouds up here.
Yes, sir. Spike, he's locked on.
There it is.
Wait until that thing comes towards us.
Scared.
I'm scared.
That's it.
Mine's not fired. Okay, we've got a missile out. Look for it. Wait for it.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
It's in the clouds.
I can't fucking see it.
Alright, we're going.
I'm going to stay longer. Because I'm brave. I'm going to stay longer. Where's that fucking missile? Right. I see it. Go. I see it. Ah! Am I hit? Don't know. Flares out. Towards the ground. Wait. Jesus. I'm pulling. There's a missile right there, right above my fucking screen. Dodge, RC, it's coming for you. It's coming for you. Yes, you beat it, you beat it. Okay, I've survived it. 2 missiles out. I'm going for the launcher. I'm going for the launcher. How do you use guns on this fucking thing?
You have to turn the gun
I can't
on
see
when it's
anything.
armed. It's like guns are armed.
Yes, right, where is this motherfucker? We're beating his missiles. Now we're going to get revenge. No joy. Oh, joy, I'm above it, I'm above it. Right, you little monkey. Time for revenge. Try and get that radar. Now, the beautiful thing about this system is it cannot fire when we are within about half a mile. So, we are safe as long as we keep close. If we get away from it. And notice how it couldn't fire at us when we were low, and that's because of what I pointed out in the movie. It can't. It needs a line of sight, a perfect line of sight. Otherwise, no path of the missile. Kept heading in. Guns, guns, guns. Can't remember how the gun sight works on this. No splash, no shot going in again.
I'm trying to remember how to get the air to ground gun side.
I can't remember. I'll just use air to air gun sight.
Oh, I remember. You have to hit the.
Kept getting in.
Okay.
I'm just going to use the ball sight cross. I'm going to take it out the old-fashioned way, RC. Get some! So in summary, it looks like you can dodge as they dodge, as in the part of going down plumb vertical at max power and then pulling out just before you hit the ground, either towards the missile or ideally notching to the left or to the right. That's not too far away from what you would pretty much actually do. Other than that, that was a bit of fun. I hope you enjoyed that. See you later.